AFTV, Mo, can you believe that we got through that? I mean...
I can, Robbie. I can't believe how difficult we made it for ourselves. Really, that's what I can't believe. And I'm really conflicted right now because obviously when you get a last minute sort of, or a late winner in that sort of fashion, when you're looking like your whole season's going to end, obviously there's a feeling of elation, and you are sort of like quite happy. But when you take stock of it, I'm really conflicted because I'm troubled by the performance. I'm troubled by how difficult we made it for ourselves. And you know what? I'm troubled by the fact that we're relying on a 19-year-old very, very regularly now. And so I don't know. I look at all the players now on social media and they kind of tweet in and they're happy. You get that buzz. They're obviously buzzing or whatever. And I kind of feel like, do you know what? I feel like... mentality-wise or whatever, they should be a little bit frustrated. I feel, and I don't know if I'm being like grumpy old man vibes here and killing the buzz for all of the fans or whatever, and maybe loads of people in the comments would just say to me, oh, Mo, you're being negative. Listen, don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but I'm concerned. We're
grumpy old man. Grumpy old man. Listen, I hear what you're saying on it, right? But what I would say, and with them going on social media and stuff like that, had they have lost that game, every one of us would be saying, and I was thinking this as the game was going on, I'm like, weak mentality. I'm thinking, bottle jobs, right? And then I was actually saying to the guys on the stream, I was saying, right, you know what? I want them to show me something now. I want them to show, can they come back from this? Do they have the strength to come back? So I guess that's what they showed in that game. For me, on the other side of it, when I look on it, I say they showed me tonight a bit of fight,
Robbie,
because they were down and out. When that goal went in, that Ceballos mistake, they were on the floor.
Robbie,
they were on the floor. I mean, you need 2 goals to go for. I mean, we've just seen Leicester go out at home. Again, they've conceded 2 at home. You know what I mean? They were on the floor. Two away goals.
All right, Robbie, let's really break it down.
That's how I look on it.
Robbie, let's really, really break it down, because you're talking about fight and they showed you something and that sort of thing. Now, tell me, remember, there was about 20 minutes to go. We're 2 goals down or whatever. And I'm looking at the team and I'm saying, like, is there wave after wave of intense pressure and real urgency where we're creating chance after chance and we look like we're really bashing this door down? No,
because I thought that's because Benfica, to be fair to them, once they got that second goal, and I was saying to the guys here, they played a very good game after that, kind of, right? They were keeping the ball. They were really frustrating us. They all of a sudden started to show a bit of their European pedigree in the fact that they were kind of calm and they were just keeping the ball.
Yeah, but Robbie, there's two sides. There's 2 sides to the coin. Look, we can talk about Benfica if you want, but I'm trying to talk about Arsenal here. And I'm trying to say, as a collective, as a team, if we're really, really breaking it down, did you as a fan with 20 minutes to go see enough urgency, enough sort of directness and bravery, courage, taking on a man? And listen, I think this game is a perfect summary of where Arsenal are right now. You look at the players who made a difference. Like, look, let me be fair. Ødegaard, I thought, did quite well today in terms of always wanting the ball, getting on the ball and that sort of thing. I thought he did quite well. But what actually won us the game? When we're talking about the team now, we're saying they showed bottle, they turned it around. It wasn't they. It was Bukayo Saka, it was Kieran Tierney, and it was Aubameyang doing what Aubameyang does best and just being in the right place at the right time. And I'm not going to take anything away from Aubameyang, because I was watching him throughout the game today, because I spoke about his pride being hurt, or expecting his pride to be hurt in the last game. And I wanted to see a response from him today. I would have dropped Aubameyang today. But throughout the game, I actually saw so much movement, making run after run after run, whether we got the ball or not. I think off the ball, he was really, really good today. And so he got his just deserved. He got his deserved sort of like reward there. So my problem today is that it was the same old faces. And if you're looking at Arsenal when you say, If we're ever 1-0 up against Arsenal, if we're ever 2-1 up against Arsenal, like Benfica were today, how do we see the game out? You stop Saka, you stop Tierney, and you just man-to-man on over. And I didn't see anything else from the team as a collective that filled me with confidence today. So in fact, for me, I leave this game sort of being like very, very happy because we got the result. And if we did this and fluked our way, not even fluked, but if we did this and managed to lift the trophy, I would be happy. But I look at this today and I am concerned because I feel like, wow, we're so far away from the level that we need to be at in order to not just win the Europa League, but quite far into Arteta's time as manager now to say, look, we're a proper team and, you know, we're really going to win consistently. What we saw today has happened too often, and it's the same old faces bailing us out. So that's kind of my analysis of the game. And that's why, whilst on one hand, I'm trying to tell myself, don't look at it, don't think about it too deeply, just revel in the moment, just be really happy. I can't get that voice out of my head that says like, oh God, we're not where we need to be.
Yeah, listen, we're definitely not where we need to be, but sometimes you have star players that bail you out. Speak to Man United and about Bruno Fernandes, you know what I mean? So it does happen. We've got a guy that bailed us out today in Saka. How good is this kid?
He's unbelievable, man. I really, do you know what? I don't know what to say anymore, Robbie. I've spoken about his consistency. I've spoken about his versatility. I've spoken about his consistency while showing versatility. The fact that he's only 19, you know, we haven't paid a dime for him. He's an absolute gem. He's incredible. And I literally don't know what to say about him anymore. You know, I'm literally trying to convince my wife to let me name my child after him, if I have a boy. I still don't know. And she's saying no. Other than that, I can't come up with any way to like show how much I love this kid. He's a revelation. I'm literally running out of words here. He's just incredible. But what I worry about, right, you know, you talk about youngsters and you say how to manage them and how to bring them in. Like on one hand, we've got another revelation of Martinelli, who's obviously not had the track records that Saka has. Saka's an absolute exception, but we know Martinelli's got it. He's not getting any games. And now we've got Saka, who is absolutely fundamental to every good thing we've done this whole entire season. Like, he is our season. If he got injured, there would be like sort of like a grieving period that governments all over the world would have to grant to Arsenal fans. Like Boris Johnson, the absolute mess, would have to go on live TV and say, no, this one's not about coronavirus. This one's about Bukayo Saka. Arsenal fans, you don't have to go into work tomorrow. Because we'd be devastated. I cannot believe a kid at his age and his level of experience is so crucial to our team. But what the hell happens when he goes on a spell of bad form? Because I'm warning all Arsenal fans now, it will come because he's human at the end of the day. And when it does come, I swear to you, any fans that try and get on his back, they seriously just log off, delete your accounts, and just stop talking. Because I don't care really how long that bad spell goes on for Bukayo Saka. He's been incredible, and we need to back him when it comes, because there will be burnout. And he's so fundamental to us now that Arteta can't manage his game time anymore because he's a must start every single time.
Do you want to avoid the English teams in the next round? I mean, Leicester have gone out, but there's still United in there. There's still Tottenham in there. 2 legs against those. Do you want to avoid those?
Boy, I want to avoid Leicester in the Premier League on Sunday. So, of course, I want to avoid them. Listen, I'd love to be cocky and brave and say, yeah, I'll take Tottenham, I'll take United, whatever. Do I want to play either of those teams on current form, or the way we played today? Absolutely not. You know, the last thing I want is for them to get one over on us. We need to play ourselves into good form, and we have shown glimpses of it. You know, that gives me a little shred of hope. Wolves, Leeds, that sort of thing. You know, we lost against Wolves. But absolutely, I want to avoid them. I want the easiest team possible, and I want to play them at the right time. Hopefully, Tottenham get United, and I'll be happy with that.
Okay, well, Mo, listen, thank you very much. Good luck. How long till the baby's due?
Allah's hands, man. I don't know. So
Not long now.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Now. I think hopefully within a week, you know, we'll see.
Oh, brilliant. Well, you won't be able to call him if you say him, Saka. But I've got another suggestion for you. Willian. That'd be a nice name. What was that?
Do you know what? Now that you've mentioned his name, right, I cannot believe. Do you know, Robbie, I go back to decision making. I've spoken about it many, many times before this season when I've really said, Arteta, I can grant him some reprieve on results, that you can't always control them. But decision making, my God, when he brought Willian on today, I just thought to myself, are you...
Yeah, but it worked.
Okay, Robbie, when he brought Willian on today, I just thought to myself, are you trying to get fired? And I've always had this argument with you throughout the years that I've known you, where you're one of these people where the ends always justifies the means. Yeah? And for me, if you make the wrong decision at the point in time where everyone is saying it's the wrong decision, we clearly know it's the wrong decision, and then it happens to work out later on down the line, it doesn't mean you made the right decision. So listen, what I would say is, if you cross the motorway blindfolded and you get to the other side, doesn't mean it was the right decision. You know, that's why...
Wait, hold on. Cut out all the philosophy, right?
No, I'm not going to cut out the philosophy because, Robbie, I need...
So you're saying that he got it wrong, bringing on Willian?
Absolutely, yeah.
But Willian affected the game. He came on, he looked decent, and, you know, he put the ball into Kieran. He had an assist for Tierney. I mean, listen, Tierney had a lot of work to do. As I said to one of the other guys we spoke to earlier, he could, in that position, just have whipped the ball into the box and hope for the best. But he didn't. He picked out Tierney in the box and Tierney scored. He's affected the game.
Do you know what?
If he would have come on and did nothing, and don't get me wrong, when he came on, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, what's he doing? It's a very brave decision for him to bring Willian on because he knows that everybody is going to be against him for doing it. But on this occasion, it hasn't many on other occasions, but on this occasion, it worked.
Robbie, listen.
He affected the game and we won the game.
Robbie, listen, honestly, I find this conversation with you so unbelievably frustrating because, with respect, I find that thinking so limited. I'm baffled by it because you're an intelligent bloke and you generally speak a lot of sense. Yeah, obviously we have our arguments about certain things. We have done many, many times over the years, but that's because we talk about Arsenal to death and we have done over a number of years. You're obviously going to find a lot of things you disagree about. But this, as a principle, I find baffling that someone with your level of intelligence can think like this. So I'm going to use an extreme example just to explain to you how in society, there are rules, there's legislation to avoid people doing the wrong thing irrespective of whether it results in the wrong or right outcome. So, drink driving. Someone might say, oh, but I got home all right. I had a couple of beers, I got home all right. So it was the right decision.
That's a terrible analogy.
It's just not how it works.
Come on. Robbie, let me.
It's just
terrible analogy. If Willian had come on, wait a minute.
Robbie, let me finish. Yeah. At any point in time, you have a certain amount of information, you have certain resources to inform yourself on how best to make a decision. Now, Arteta has got a hell of a lot of resources, a lot of information, and that is the track record of what Willian has done this season. He has made the same decision and it has given him the wrong outcome numerous times.
Not on this occasion.
Robbie, when Willian started against Fulham, no one complained. We all said, you know what, fair enough, you know, and he went and did well. Since then, game after game after game, it hasn't worked. Now, when every 10th game, the outcome ends up being what we wanted, it doesn't mean the decision is correct.
But hold on, wait a minute. I'm dealing with tonight's game, right? He's made a decision, which is a very unpopular decision, to bring on a player because he thinks by bringing on this player, it's going to affect the game. Willian came on, who's not everybody's kettle of fish, including mine, and he's come on and he's affected the game. So you've got to give him credit for that because that's a brave decision. He could have made an easier decision and brought on a player that would have been popular with all of us, maybe a Martinelli or somebody like that, but he didn't. Right now, he's made a brave call that immediately met with a lot of people saying, what are you doing? Including me. But it's affected the game and we've ended up winning it. If Willian had come on and given the ball away, and that led to a goal, what would you have said then? You would have had a go at Arteta. So now that it's worked the other way, you can't be bringing in all these analogies. This is what a manager. This is what a manager is paid for. But hold on, Mo. A manager is paid to make big decisions, and you live and you die by those. And tonight, I'm not on about some of the other ones he's made, but on tonight he lives on it because Willian affected the game.
Your logic is so flawed on this. You're saying that if Willian gave the ball away and we conceded a goal, I'd be criticising.
You'd be cussing. Of course you would.
That's what Ceballos did today.
Yeah.
Have I cussed Arteta and Ceballos?
No, but you said you said throughout the game. You said, hold on. You said in your interview tonight. You said you were very concerned, and you can only pick out a few players that played well, and everything else concerned you. Right, that means that you were unhappy with the performances.
No, but it doesn't mean. No, Robbie.
Right, but I'm saying to you, Robbie, if the manager makes
let me answer that point. It doesn't mean that I was unhappy with every single decision. I also think every single team selection. I also think Bernd Leno was really at fault for that goal as well. I thought the way he rushed out of his penalty area, stopped him being able to do anything, go to the ball, whatever. That was wrong. But I'm not criticising Arteta for picking Leno. I'm not criticising Arteta for picking Ceballos. So this is my point. I remain consistent based on the information available at the time that the decision is made. And I say that Leno was the correct decision, though the outcome was negative, in terms of giving the goal away. Ceballos had a nightmare game, but at the time of the decision, it was correct. And until you separate the information and you appraise the decision based on the resources and the information you have at the time of the decision in its own right, and until you do that, your logic is flawed.
You have more data and resources at that time than Mikel Arteta.
No, but I'm not claiming that. What I'm claiming is
What are you claiming? I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm claiming is that any given person in any area of life has a certain amount of information at a point in time. You have to make the best decision at that moment.
And he did.
Hence, you don't cross the motorway blind. What he did today, that decision was not the best decision, though it worked out for him. It does just because
then there's no point in having a manager then.
Of course.
There's no point in having a manager, or there's no point in anybody, because sometimes there comes a time when you've got to make a big decision. It might be you take off a player that's popular because tactical reasons you want to bring on someone else. It might, and you live and you die by those decisions as a manager. It could mean your job's on the line if you get it wrong. But if you get it right, it could mean you win a trophy.
But not every outcome justifies the decision. I've given you a few examples here, and your logic is just so flawed.
They're not. No, you're. Well, you know what? We're going to come back to this. We're going to revisit it, right? Because this is a fan cam. You're turning it into a podcast. Live. We're going to come
18
back.
minutes on the clock.
Right, we're coming back on this. Right, I'm going to get you on one of the evening shows, and we'll discuss this, because I honestly can't get what you're saying.
All right,
I respect it.
Yeah. Do you know what? But look, we can disagree respectfully. And I'm just going to say to everyone, if you've made it this far, if you have watched this entire fan cam, which is probably a goddamn record, put it in the comments. Do you agree with Robbie, or do you agree with me? And listen, one of us are going to have to eat humble pie.
Okay. Mo, thanks very much, man. Good luck with the baby, man. And we'll talk soon. Cheers. Every week on AFTV Picks, we give away £1,000. And all you've got to do is enter our free-to-play competition and go head-to-head with me, win it, and this could be yours. Get involved right now. Click the link in the description and you can play, and it's absolutely free. All you have to do is be over 18 and have some decent football knowledge. So what are you waiting for? Get involved now and you can win yourself £1,000.